Hi, I'm Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. Don't let your disability define you. Today I'm going to show you how to do a simple bracelet. It shouldn't take no longer than maybe 15 minutes. The supplies you will need are some stretchy cord and .7, some scissors, a bead stopper, and I will explain what this is for. And the beads I'm using today are a spacer, a bead spacer, and color silver. I don't know if you can see that. A gray bead, and a shiny, let's see if I can, and a shiny bead. And how I start is I take about 20 inches of the stretchy cord. Now, if you don't have a bead stopper, I will show you how to do a knot, and so you don't have to have a bead stopper. But I like to have bead stoppers just because they're really good to have, especially with me because I have cerebral palsy. And my right hand, it's a little harder for me to do certain things. So, what you do, you take your stretchy cord, you go, with your index finger, you go over, under, and through. And I don't know if you can see that. See, that is the knot, but I'm going to show you again just because I can make it a little bigger. The knot a little bigger. Okay, so you take your index finger, you go over, under, and through. And I do this twice if I don't have my bead stopper. And that is the knot. Now, I use the bead stopper because it's easier for me. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, the way I start is I take the end of the bead stop or end of the string. You take about maybe an inch of the string. You take this is just a clip I have around the house, but you can get bead stoppers from a kind craft store to going online and getting them. And they come in like a 4-pack or 5-pack. I take it, I put it on the end of the cord. Well, it came off, but you usually take an inch and make sure it's on there really good. Then, how I start is I take the spacer, the silver spacer, then I take the gray. This is a gray and white, but it has a shining coat on it. And these, I want to say these are 10 millimeters. And then you put another spacer on. And this is going to be for maybe a 7-inch wrist. The stretchy cord is a little different than regular cord. It's because you have more flexible with the stretchy cord. So sometimes you don't need as much. Now I'm taking my shiny bead. Then I take another spacer. And I'm using maybe, I'll count for you to tell you how many the big beads I'll use. I'm gonna say there's 10 of the big beads and the spacers. I would just get 10 out for spacers, just because I'm not exactly sure how many spacers there is in the bracelet. But you just keep on doing this until you get the length you want, or you can go get you a beadboard, and I'll show you. See, let me show you the white one that I have, because I'm using my blue one right now. This is a bead stopper. I mean, not bead stopper, but a beadboard. At the very bottom right here, that is where you measure your bracelets. It goes from, I think, 7 inches to 8 inches. Most bracelets are around 7.5. But you can make them smaller if you want to too. They do have bead bracelet measures, but I just use my beadboard most of the time, and it will make it easier so you know how many beads you're going to need to use. I used the measuring tonight to just to make sure I have just the right beads. But I mean, you don't have to. I mean, you could just go with the flow and just put some beads on and then measure it. Take your wrist and measure it that way. I will try to show you how to do it on your wrist. It's a little harder for me because you need 2 hands usually. Make sure you have good lighting when you do any kind of beading project. And make sure when you're doing a bracelet, you have enough beads too. Because if you don't have enough beads in the bracelet you want, you'll start your bracelet and then you run out of the beads that you want to use. So I would suggest you to make sure you have enough beads and make sure you have all the beads that you need for that one project. Because I have done projects and I've run out of beads, and sometimes you can't get the same beads that you were using. And I've done that several times. And then you have to start your project all over. You have to do the design all over again. So I would recommend, if you're doing a project, to make sure you have all the beads. Make sure you have all the supplies that you need for that one project. It's for any kind of project that you do. Make sure you have everything you need. Because there's times where I've thought I had enough stuff and I ran out at the very end of the project. Now, that can upset anyone. And making sure you have enough stuff is the key for a project. The prices for beads, it goes from, could go from $5 up to $12 for a string. It just all depends on what beads that you want to use. If C beads are a little cheaper, just because they can package them like this, and you get a lot for your money's worth. So, and for the strings, like these that I have, these were like $3 just for one string. I mean, it just all depends on what you want, what style you want to do. And prices, like I said, you have to look. Most of the time, you can go online even if you want something, you can find it. But sometimes you can go to the craft stores and you get ideas. And a lot of times they have a lot of beads on sale. I know AC Moore's are always running some kind of sales on their beads. Just because they're getting newer beads and they have to get rid of old ones. But I'm almost done with this bracelet. And like I said, this didn't take me no time to do. And usually I can do a pair of earrings and bracelet in less than an hour's time. Okay, now for this, I'm going to tell you, you want to make sure before you tie it, it's the right length you want. Because for me, it looks like it's okay, but I will show you. I put it around my wrist, and I can measure it that way. But like I said, you have to be careful because you don't want to drop your, just like I did. So it just all depends. Like I just said, I dropped all my beads and now I got to start almost all over. But it's like I said, it's hit and miss thing. So I would suggest you to, like I said, make sure it's the right length you want and all the beads that you want to do. And I'm just going to try to do this real quick to show you. Like I said, I can talk all night long about different beads and different places to go to. But it all depends on what you want. And like I said, I'm a big fan of AC Moore's. I've always been a big fan of AC Moore's beads. But you can go online and you can find stuff online too. I mean, I've got stuff offline that are really pretty too. It just all depends on what you're looking for. And if you want any more information on how I do my stuff, or you just want to talk about pricing stuff on my jewelry that I do, I'm more than welcome to talk to you about it. I have a Facebook page, but I'm not going to give anything out right now. But you can hit me up on here and we can go from there if you want to talk about me doing something for you, or if you just want to find out how to do more. And I will be more than welcome to talk to you guys about doing something, or if you just want to learn more about it. Because that's what I'm here for. I'm here for you to give you information that I can give you as much as I can. This is what I'm saying is, you will always do stuff. You might get to the end of the project and it'll slip out of your hand. It's done that to me a few times just because my hand, it slips and I can't get a good grip on stuff. And that's what I'm saying, when you measure, make sure you measure before you do anything. I'm going to try to show you how to do the the measuring on my wrist. I will try to show you again. I might just put a knot on the end and show you how to do that. Because it's very simple and very easy to do it. So, I will show you. And sometimes, even, I will change the project. And that's the fun of it. You can change everything up. You don't have to leave it that way. Okay, now let me try this again. Okay, when you want, here, let's do this, so I don't goof myself up. I don't have another bead stopper, and this is when I need another bead stopper, is when I want to show you guys how to measure. Okay, I just want to make sure I have it knotted. Okay, I take it and I just go around my wrist, and if I think it needs another one, see, I take it around my wrist, like I said, it's just a hit and miss thing right now for me. But, like I said, let's see if I can get to cooperate with me. I think this is going to be good enough for me. But I'm going to probably put 2 more bead stoppers on there. Just so it doesn't feel too tight on my wrist. I will put, instead of putting the big beads on, I will add maybe 1 more of the one more of the spacers. So what I do is just put this one on there. I'll put that one on the side, and then I take it off of here, and I'll put 1 more spacer on here. And then I will show you how to tie. I got a little too much string today, but I want to tell you it's about 15 to 20 inches of cord. This is a little more like 30 inches of cord I have. But see, even there, like I said, this looks too small. So what I will do, because I already know it's too small, I will take 2 of the shiny ones, and I will put 2 shiny ones on the ends. I take this one off, just put another shiny one on. And like I said, see that knot at the end? I don't know if you can see it. I didn't pull it tight enough, so it's coming loose. Which that's fine too, because I'm at the end of the bracelet. And these LED lights are really good to have when you're doing beading, because I got this is a little desk lamp, and it works wonders. Okay, now I'm going to put the spacer, and I'm going to put another bead on the other side. And like I said, it doesn't take too long, but this video is taking a little longer because I messed up. So, take that 1 bead off, another shiny one, and then put the spacer on. That's what I'm saying about the light. You want to make sure you have light so you can see the holes. So yeah, I'm having problems. I always do at the end. I may have to get a different one just because this one's... Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to show you is how to tie this. I got it all done. Now you just go over and under, and then I do another over under. And the reason I do the over unders so many times, because it's just over under knot. And with certain bracelets, I use glue, but I don't have any of the glue that I use for the knots at the ends. So I just make sure I have plenty of knots. Do one more knot. This might be a little big, it might not be. We'll go test it out in a minute. But I'm going to show you how to you just trim off the ends. Make sure when you do this, you pull them together. And then you take your scissors and get close to the bead and just snip it off. And that's the easiest way I can tell you. Now, you don't want to get too close to the knot because it will. It's still a little tight. But that is what the bracelet looks like. See if okay. That's what the bracelet looks like. And it doesn't take you that long. It took me a lot longer because I messed up. But I enjoy doing these videos. Please subscribe or just leave me a comment saying you're doing a good job. That is what I'm here for. I just want to teach people that have disabilities that you can do what you want. You can go out there and do anything you put your mind to. I've done that all my life. I try things, and if I can't do it, I keep trying. And if you fail, then you fail. But you got to pick yourself back up and do it again. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys later.